After his meteoric ascent to global fame as a high schooler in 2000, LeBron James became endeared to his hometown Cleveland Akron because of the area's exclusive relationship with its cherished but oft-beleaguered sports teams. Once drafted in 2003 as the first pick in the NBA draft, LeBron went on to clinch the 2004 NBA Rookie of the Year award and played for Cleveland Cavaliers for 6 seasons, in turn facilitating the team to reach the NBA Finals in 2007 after more than 35 years. His influence on the team and the Cleveland area was immense that domestic merchants affirmed his influence as essential, and they revered his impact because he generally availed a reason for fans to cheer as the team won, and vendors earned more than initially from increased fans' demand.
However, in 2010, fans and local merchants realized that nothing lasts forever after the expiry of LeBron's contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Although the franchise endeavored to retain him on its roster, its efforts seemed futile as multiple other teams pursued him with attractive deals, a decision that different stakeholders anticipated to establish from ESPN Sports Network. About 30 minutes into ESPN's The Decision, LeBron eminently announced Miami Heat as his next team, a franchise comprising of stars Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, a move that received much backlash from the Cleveland natives, where more than 500,000 viewers watched the special and concentrated their cynicism on the looming impact of LeBron's move from the region, as much of their businesses relied on his influence and presence. Regardless, LeBron moved to his new team where, alongside Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, they managed to win back-to-back NBA championships in 2012 and 2013, crowned by LeBron winning a gold medal with the U.S. Olympic team in 2012. However, he sustained his presence in Cleveland through addressing multiple momentous social problems such as mentoring and educating underprivileged youths through distinct foundations that later experienced financial issues aligned with his transferal to Miami. Few wins and a successful run with the Miami Heat later, LeBron opted out of his final-year contract with the franchise, and 10 days far along as a free agent, he announced his intention to return home and resume his position with the Cleveland Cavaliers, a situation that brought joy to many. Cleveland genuinely adorned him after he became a Cavalier, as the region had not had a professional sports championship triumph since the Cleveland Browns' 1964 victory of the National Football League title, thus heralding LeBron as the region's savior because Cleveland sports fans were acclimatized to frustrations and disappointments from the many losses by their MLB Cleveland Indians and NFL Cleveland Brown teams. Defined by crumbling cities, burning rivers, and unemployment, Cleveland thrives as a corner of the Ohio where LeBron grew up, as well as the home to the fans whose spirits he had invigorated as a Cleveland Cavaliers member during his preliminary tenure. Furthermore, the Cleveland population also comprised individuals that felt significantly grasped and disenchanted by LeBron's determination to leave the Cavs for Miami Heat, a decision that impacted his general standing and further threatened his endorsements empire and personal brand that he fortified during his Cleveland tenure. A survey conducted by Q-Score during that time asserted many stakeholders as unimpressed with LeBron's move to Miami Heat, as it placed the veteran among the top 5 most hated sports personality, preceded by Michael Vick, Tiger Woods, Terrell Owens, Chad Ochocinco, and Kobe Bryant, who were faulted for different misdemeanors. Celebrities rely on image restoration theory as it avails image repair tactics such as evading responsibility, denial, corrective action, alleviating offensiveness, and mortification, which when properly applied in online discourse or press conferences, abound as effective, and when improperly implemented, they are detrimental. LeBron's brash and consistent unapologetic nature influenced him to deviate from the image repair strategies, but after his return to the Cleveland Cavaliers, his popularity recovered from the precipitous descent it experienced when he moved to Miami Heat. Image restoration theory assumes that communication factors a goal-directed activity, and sustaining a positive reputation is a main goal of strategic communication. Inasmuch as LeBron's communication tactic abounded as effective in restoring a positive reputation, his branding decisions ran contrary to precedents, as the multiple times All-Star fired Aaron Goodwin as his sports agent and founded his own Akron-based marketing firm christened LRMR Innovative Marketing and Branding with 3 of his childhood accomplices. Maverick Carter, who featured as the CEO with little experience gained as an intern at Nike-managed L-Armor firm, contributing to panning of the proprietor for the decision, which diverged from conventional sports marketing team. Essentially, critics believe that if LeBron had adopted a less public channel of announcing his move to Miami, he could have not suffered such a major blow to his image, as stakeholders deemed him to have made Northeast Ohio to appear as the underdog, as he asserted that Miami availed him a best-winning opportunity for successive years, an intent deemed as a spectacle, as the current superstar envisioned abandoning the loyal Rust Belt community that nurtured him for the trendier, sunnier, and affluent South Florida society. Inasmuch as mortification availed LeBron a strategy to re-establish his image, he chose otherwise, as he hurled insults to Cleveland fans after losing the 2011 finals to Dallas Mavericks, as he said.
Because at the end of the day, all the people that was rooting on me to fail, at the end of the day, they got to wake up tomorrow and have the same life that they had before they woke up today. They got the same personal problems that they had today. And I'm going to continue to live the way I want to live and continue to do the things that I want to do with me and my family and be happy with
philanthropy efforts. Despite the evidently adversarial association between LeBron and his Cleveland fans, the athlete upheld his philanthropic endeavors in the region, extended proprietorship of a sprawling property in a suburb in Akron while his sons went to school in the region. For instance, the LeBron James Family Foundation, which commenced in 2004, impacts children's lives via co-curricular activities and education, and its highlight derives from its close association between its founders and the low-income students from the Cleveland area that participate in its programs. LeBron also launched the Wheels for Education Foundation in 2011 that became LJFF flagship project, as it urges a new class of at-risk third graders from Cleveland to join its education program and receive guidance, extracurricular opportunities, and mentorship plan to engage them in educational opportunities and aid them until graduation. Other foundations related to LeBron include J.P. Morgan Chase, University of Akron, and the Boys and Girls Club of America. Inasmuch as bolstering portended a negative impact on LeBron's image, marketing of his benevolent efforts facilitated his image restoration, as the strategy's effectiveness emanates from LeBron's engagement in some form of compensation. During his tenure in Miami, he focused his philanthropic endeavors in Northeast Ohio and acknowledged the region as a contributing aspect to his professional success. Before his return to Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron elected a less public channel to announce his return home, as he dictated a letter to Jenkins that explained in depth his options throughout his career and was every bit as personal and introspective as the 2010 decision abounded as public and dramatic. He commenced the letter by reiterating his association to the grander Cleveland region, citing, "Before anyone ever cared where I would play basketball, I was a child from Akron. It is where I walked, it is where I ran, it is where I cried, it is where I bled." Despite not being an apology, the letter referenced the betrayal feeling many Cavalier fans felt when he moved to Miami Heat, depicting how LeBron factored the transcendence tactic to explain his 4 years in Miami as a necessary evil for his personal and professional growth. He wrote, "If I had to do it all over again, I'd obviously do things distinctively, but I'd still have left. Miami, for me, has been almost like college for other kids. These past 4 years shaped me into who I am. I became a better man and a better player. I learned from a franchise that had been where I wanted to go. I will always think of Miami as my second home. Without the experiences I had there, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing today." LeBron's comparison of his 4 years in Miami to the conventional 4-year college process qualifies his desertion as an acceptable experience, which elicited a sudden online public reaction that culminated to social media frenzy. Inasmuch as LeBron's redemption was not immediate, it was certainly jump-started by a well-drafted letter and a discreet distribution, which sharply contrasts with the high-profile televised special of the decision in 2010. Arguably, the verdict of LeBron's issue was obviously inimitable, as the case would have not played out the same way if he was a native of a prosperous area in another part of the U.S., or if he had been drafted by a renowned team such as the New York Knicks. If James had apologized, it may have damaged the authenticity of his persona and result in more harm than good. From foregoing a college basketball experience to eschewing an established sports marketing agent for representation by a trusted friend, James' career decisions have often diverged from the conventional path. But for a man accustomed to defying expectations, LeBron's unconventional choices and support of a downtrodden hometown have become vital parts of his personal brand, which many people agree makes him a genuine champion.
And now, please welcome Northeast Ohio's own LeBron James.